Hello. I swear, every time it's just got to lag at that last second. But hello, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Justine Broker, and I have my friend Lynnea here with us tonight. And she is a confidence and women's empowerment coach.
Mhm.
And she is the founder of Beautifully Badass. Help me
You
with
are
it.
correct. You are correct.
Yes,
You got it. You
yes,
got it.
yes. So, I have had Lynnea on here before, but we're nearing the end of 2020, and she's got all kinds of goodies for us entering 2021. So, my dear, go ahead and introduce yourself and what you do.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to be here. I love doing this kind of stuff. So my name is Lynnea Courtney. I am a women's confidence and empowerment coach. I focus on self-love, body positivity, and really living our life in what I call uncaged. So um, I help women um, connect to like who they are at their core and help them show up for themselves so that they can find their own beautifully badass. So that's what I do. And we're at the end of 2020,
Thank
and
God. Thank God.
even though it has been a year of change, it's been a year of all new emotions. It's just been it, it's like the universe sent us to our rooms and told us to think about what we've done.
Right? Totally.
That's how I feel like that's how it feels like on my end anyway. Um, but it's been just a year of rethinking lots of different things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And I love how you said you help, women connect to their core. And I've been noticing this, like, I thought we were finally like getting over, like more people are getting into it. And then it's like this huge mob of women, and not even just women, but that's who we focus and work with. But it's like have lost their sense of identity again. And it's almost like, I don't know if it's the anticipation of going into a new year or the shame of what they didn't do this year, what happened this year. I know a lot of people are out of jobs. Christmas looked different for everyone. Can you touch a little bit on that? And, if someone is feeling that way, what kind of advice would you give them?
and that's really what I I was kind of in that trap, what do I want to say, probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been out of corporate for 2 years now, and I'm one that I used to set myself resolutions and goals, and I used to write them all out and put them up on a board and was hoping that I was going to check them off at the end of the year. And year after year after year, I found myself in like we are today. And I just I could never I felt like I could never check anything off the list. I got in the rut of life, of being in the corporate grind, on top of finding myself as a corporate burnout too. I was really burned out at the time, and it was really around the same time that I hired my first mindset coach that I really did away with resolutions and goals and all the business. Like if anybody has had a health and fitness goal, usually by Valentine's Day, like the gyms start as being jam packed, and then by Valentine's Day, it's kind of back to quote unquote normal.
Mhm.
And it's really when I started to put together my own vision and creating a vision instead of a list of what I like a to-do list. It was really about creating a vision for whatever it is that I wanted to get done. And then since then, it's really expanded into how I coach my clients and what is that vision that you have for yourself? What is the vision you have for your overall life? What is your vision for your health, your relationships? It all kind of like melds together.
Yeah. And what sets things different from a vision versus the to-do list? Or because sometimes I feel like even if we look at a vision board, we can see all these things, but it still feels overwhelming. But
Mm-hmm.
but what is it about connecting with the vision that is so powerful?
So when we have a vision, it gives us, it's really the difference between wandering through the dark or being on a path with a flashlight when you can see the edge of the woods. And it's less
Yeah.
about, when we have goals and resolutions, it's less about the how. But when we have a vision, we know what we're walking towards. And then the how just kind of falls into place as we keep taking those baby steps towards whatever that vision is.
I love it. It's so powerful. I was talking with a client today and she was like, I can't get anything done. Like I have a list of 20 things to do and like I don't want to work in my business. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And that is so destructive. It's so destructive, but it's how we've done things forever, it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. And it really, when we start setting those goals and those resolutions and even the to-do lists, when we give ourselves so many things to do, sometimes it's just about, we feel so overwhelmed that we want to just go in and like check off the boxes.
Yeah.
But it's not really about checking off the boxes. It's really falling in love with the process to be able to check that box off.
Yes. Love the journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you listen to Garyvee?
From time to time. I've actually taken a break from podcasts here
Have you?
for the
Yeah.
last little bit.
I know. I usually just go to him when I need a kick in the ass, but he's always talking about how people like his big thing is owning the New York Jets. Like that is like his top thing he's working for. But when he finally owns the Jets, he's not really looking forward to that day because that means the journey's over.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems so much less intimidating thinking about, okay, this this didn't work, this worked, I learned this, I let go of this is so much more so much bigger of an impact, makes you happier and has a better result on the other side too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when we
So
create a vision, I feel like we put our goals and what we want to get done doesn't sit up here on a pedestal.
right.
Like it sits at our eye level and we just get to take baby steps every single day in order to create that vision a reality.
Yeah. Yeah. And I lost my train of thought, but what was something that made you make that switch from being the resolution maker to no, I'm going to focus on it this way?
Probably because I've always kind of been, what do I want to say, a dreamer, someone who thinks that like there's something out there that's bigger for me
Yeah.
to do. And I've always been one that I feel like I've always kind of set a vision for myself, but never like I would set the vision and then I would just kind of like file it away. I
Hmm.
would never revisit it. It was just a dream. Like a vision was just kind of a dream. Someday when that happens, right? And it really turned into I just lost you, Justine.
I'm here. I'm here.
Somebody just called my phone and like my yeah. Um, so my vision was really just kind of a dream, or that's what I felt like it was. It was something that I created and then filed it away, never to kind of look at it again. And it was then that, well, first of all, whatever I was doing was not working. And that when I had hired my first mindset coach and we started thinking about that again, we pulled that kind of back out from where we had it filed away in my brain, and we pulled it back out, and I was able to visit it more often. I was like, I feel like I've got something here. I feel like I've got a process here that can actually work. And do you use human design with your clients?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Like human design was
You're a
like
fellow Mandy Jen, aren't you?
I thought personality tests or whatever personality tests, whatever they are,
Oh,
were mind-blowing. Like human design like took that to like the next level. So
yeah.
I'm a specific manifester anyway. So once I started doing kind of this vision work, and then I found out my human design, like that just kind of like pulled it all together for me.
Mhm.
And even though it's almost like, the light is very dim, and then all of a sudden like you add that human design piece, and then that vision is just like blaring like it's like in my face
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
can see it now. I can and I've also made the intention to connect to it
Yeah.
because that's what's driving me every single day, and that's what gives me the little bit of evidence every single day that I can do hard things.
Yeah. Totally. And I'm just thinking back as you're talking, like we've been Facebook friends, I want to say like 3 years. I think we were both doing network marketing.
Yes.
And
I think we all start in that world, right?
I think we do. And it's awesome. It's totally awesome.
Mhm.
But when you first made that decision, like I'm going to be a coach, and we've been on this like together, I feel like we've kind of just been like together. But
Mhm.
when you first walked into coaching or kind of put network marketing to the wayside and became your own brand, um, what were you doing? What did you do? Would you mind sharing that? Because I just want to give the viewers kind of a perspective of the transformation that you've encountered, like connecting within.
Mhm. Okay, so I was in network marketing for I still have some residual customers that I support.
Yeah,
But it's
me too.
been 3 years ago when I started with my last company, and it's been 2 years since I've left corporate. And when I left corporate, I had vowed that I would never it's something that I don't ever want to do again. Um and I had just decided that I just decided that I was going to start living my own dreams for myself and not for someone else. And for me, while I had a really great product that I was selling, I love the company, I love, the other people that were on my team. It really came down to I wanted I wanted to play by my own rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really what it came down to. I feel like that's been kind of a theme in my life is I like to play by my own rules. And it really came down to as well that there was always something else out there for me. So it was hard for me to step back and I don't want to say let my sales go, let my effort
Yeah.
go, but it was just deciding that this was what I was going to do.
Right. Yeah.
That I wanted to do my own thing, play by my own rules, and live for my own dreams.
And that's the beauty. Oh, Lenny locked himself in a room again. That is that's the beauty of embracing the journey too, because when I
Mhm.
was doing network marketing, like I was like, I am going to do this for life. Like this is going to get me out of corporate. This is the thing. I am going to be top ranked. I am going to be that on that stage. And I was in it. I was in it and I loved it. And then, like you said, there's that moment when you're like, it's almost like it's like a light switch. It's like that
Mhm.
nudge. And you just know, whether it's you're told you can't do something or you are told like, no, you can't say that, or do this or do that. You lose your identity all over again. And then you step into this thing with zero guidance, unless you have a coach. And even at that point, it's not like they have your business plan all laid out in front of you. And it's being comfortable not knowing the outcome, but with the
Right.
vision of what you're connected to and the passion that drives you to move forward. Can you give me just 1 second? I am so sorry.
No
I
worries.
just have to let him out. Come in here, Mom. Come on. Come on. All right. He locks himself in rooms and then barks to get out. So at least if he does it again, we won't hear him this time.
I love it. I love it.
Sorry.
No worries.
Um, but yeah, we get it, we're always working towards the next thing. And if we're not connected to our vision and our purpose and what truly like fuels our soul, that's when we start feeling lost and frustrated and totally out of alignment.
Mhm.
If I picked
Yep.
up where we left off correctly.
Mhm. Yeah, and there are people that do really like network marketing is absolutely where they need to be. I think in human design, I think they say that the 4 line in your profile, like those are the people that love network marketing. I'm a 6/2 emotional generator. So network marketing, even though I have the drive because I'm the generator, right?
Mm-hmm.
But something about it was draining me. I would be hot 1 minute and then I would have no energy towards any of that like the next. So that was another thing that made me step away from it and build my own brand and my own business is because I really wanted something that when I got up in the morning, that was like the first thing that I think about.
Yeah.
That I have always had endless things that to talk about. That I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk to people.
Right. Yeah. I'd have people run away from me.
Mhm.
You know, I was that
Right.
person.
Mhm.
And it's just you're so passionate and you don't know anything different. And it makes me so sad when like you can see it like someone new to the online space versus someone who has kind of been pulled through the trenches a little bit.
Mhm.
um kind of your skin thickens and it's less about, well, you just see people lose their fire and it makes me really really sad because then they think, I have to be in corporate forever, or I can't have my own business. And that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Right. Right.
Even if you don't know what you want, having a vision of where you want to be, what you want to feel, where, That's all you need.
Right. Right.
I love it.
And that's what like keeps the passion and the fire in doing what you're doing is you put something out there for a post and you're like, dang it, I feel good about that. Like I have a message.
Yeah.
Whereas before I was just throwing things out there. And even though I knew that I had really great products, I just, my content didn't come with the same fire that it does now.
Right. Yeah.
Because I have that vision. I know what I want to do. I know I've connected to who I am. That's another big thing for
Yeah.
2020 for me is I've connected with the person that I was hiding from on social media.
Right.
I was hiding part of my identity from everyone on social media. And now that that is out there, I've forgave myself and other people that were in certain chapters of my life. Um, that is that's really when everything just really seemed to come together.
I love it. I love it. And even because I want to say when you first stepped into coaching, you were doing health and wellness, right? Am I
Yeah.
remembering?
So I was
So,
actually coaching underneath a friend's brand, and
oh,
I was coaching underneath a friend's brand to start. But there was something in my intuition that just wasn't right. Other than, I mean, I wasn't making any money doing it because she had so much overhead that I needed to pay her for every client that I had.
oh,
And I'm like, I wasn't feeling that they were aligned with what they were doing. I was feeling some burnout on their end. And I'm like, I just need to do my own thing.
yeah.
So I stepped out and was in the health and wellness world. And then earlier this year, in the middle of a pandemic, I pivoted my business.
Yeah.
So instead of health and wellness being the forefront of my business, it's just a tool that I have in my toolbox.
I love it. And it's been the most beautiful, like you just beam when you're talking about, connecting with the core and living life uncaged because you're finally free of the freaking cage. You finally got
Mhm.
let out.
Absolutely.
So important. So you and I were talking a little bit, and you have something pretty exciting starting soon. Would you mind sharing what that is?
I do. So obviously vision is in creating a vision is so much of a part of my process for myself and my clients that I feel like I really needed to bring that before, well, actually it's next week. Um I'm not so much as of like, oh, the first of the year, this like my life needs to be, you don't do a 180. Like I'm not like that. Um, but I had this really beautiful download on Christmas Eve that it's been part of my process. And when we think that sometimes we do things on our own journey, we're like, we don't maybe feel like that's important enough
Yeah.
to really be part of our process or to pass that on. Or maybe we do it inherently with our clients and we really don't know it.
Yeah.
But creating a vision has been such a part of my own success and my client's success that I needed to bring it to a workshop. So next week, inside my group Beautifully Badass, I will be hosting a workshop. Um, I have it out there as a 1 day, but it's going to be more than that. It's probably going to be a 2 or a 3 day. because it's my business and I get to do whatever the heck I want, right?
That's
So
right.
so now that I'm thinking of it and thinking that I need to give people little nuggets for them to really sit and process with, and bring up, like, I'm bringing emotion into this. Like, 2020 has been a huge emotional year, and new emotions that we're pairing with each other, that we need some time to process that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2 or 3 days. I'm going to make the decision tomorrow.
Yeah. Isn't that
But I'm
beautiful?
going to start Wednesday of next week. Inside my group, we are going to do the step by step, the down and dirty. We are going to let emotions go. We are going to set a vision for 2021. What does that feel like? And we're going to get ourselves on that path.
I love it. Would you
Yeah.
talk, because you're an emotional generator? I live with 3 emotionally generated human beings, but I am the only one not emotionally generated. How important is that if someone feels like, I don't even know what's wrong, I don't even know what to do next? How important does being able to process your emotions come into play with one's success?
Writing your feelings down is huge.
Yeah.
It's the magic that flows from your brain through your pen to paper that is pure magic for what I feel, at least emotional generators. It gives us time to get it out, look at it, process it, step back, look at it, and then it gives us something to respond to.
Right. Yeah. And when you have those emotions, it's so much easier to connect with yourself too. Like, oh, I
Mhm.
feel sad. Okay, well, what has happened that is making me feel sad? And being able to control, in a sense, not really, not brush it under the rug, but get control of this versus having it steer you through everything, is that's been a game changer for me. This year, at the beginning of the year, I wrote how I wanted to feel in 2020. None of it really, like when I was looking at it frustrated, I'm like, I didn't even get to do any of that shit. Like, I didn't even get to do that. But when I really like calmed down and looked at it, it was a different perspective. And I was holding on to an outcome that didn't pan out the way it is. So I love that you're connecting with that when you're helping them create their vision, because you can always connect with your emotions. That's one
Right,
thing you can, you know?
right, right.
I love it. So,
And really, the generation before us, maybe it's a Midwest thing. I don't know, but I feel like we were really taught to shove our emotions in the
yes.
corner and tell them to shut up and be gone. But that's not really what happens. They peek around the corner and they're like, "Hey, I'm still here." So they need to be processed.
Right.
Otherwise, they're just going to keep surfing.
Yep. Oh God. And
So
they'll
that's a
continue to
big
surface.
part of, a vision, and what do we need to release? What emotions do we need to release? Because those emotions can be limiting
Hmm.
on your vision. And if you don't release them and you have your vision, it's they're just gonna block you. They're a limiting
So
belief.
true. So true. I had all this fear of writing a book because of the story, and I was afraid I would hurt people that are involved in my story. And so I was kind of just telling myself, like, you can't ever do that. I'd say it as a joke, but it was like, yeah, whatever. But when I realized that was the fear holding me back and was able to connect with my truth and my why of wanting to write that book, the book is being written. It's just, but you have to be able to be comfortable in a space. And Lynnea, is anyone watching this, you will love this. You will love her. I absolutely adore you. But being able to connect with what your truth is versus what everyone else is saying, it changes everything, and it makes action not so scary, you know? So
Absolutely.
So we I will get that link and then we'll post it in the show notes. Anyone who is like, I don't know what 2021 is going to bring, jump in on this workshop because you will take so many golden nuggets from it.
Yeah, and I'm going to be giving away Starbucks cards. I have one of my absolute favorite books that I have. I will be giving that away. A coaching session with me, I'm going to be giving away. So it's going to be a good time to set your vision and get it done.
Yeah. Yeah. And be in a group with other high vibe ladies. Tell you, it's about the container. The container makes the biggest difference. Oh my gosh. And I've been in some pretty crappy containers and some phenomenal containers.
Same.
All right, my love. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me again, because I love this stuff. I love
it too. So I'll have you on again because I just love it. It's my happy place right here. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyone, reach out to Lynnea on Facebook, or I'll get your Instagram and social media stuff too in your group, and connect with her and get that vision moving. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon, love. Bye.
What's happening? Can we talk about something real quick before you go on with your evening as planned? It's time to stop chasing. It's time to stop chasing the followers. It's time to stop chasing the big number. It's time to stop just chasing all of it. How about we embrace or chase you? What would it feel like to chase what you want to achieve in a way that feels good to you? What if we instead chased the impact that we want to make? What if instead we chased the message, the power of our story, all of those things, instead of things from outside that really don't define who we are one bit? You were put here for a reason. You were put here for a reason, and you have a way that is like no one else to deliver that purpose and that story, that thing that makes you you. That's what we want to chase. That's what keeps you motivated. That's when you find time to do the things that you want to do, and you see the results because of it. So if you have questions or would like more information on how to work with me so that you can tap into your thing, please reach out to me. I am here for you. I appreciate you, and I cannot wait to see you on the next episode of The Pineapple Experience.